Okay, so welcome to our monthly mindfulness session. This is a space where we can spend a few minutes to talk about some tools and methods in the space of holistic well-being. And many of them are what I've learned and practiced myself, and I teach to others. And then we also spend a few minutes of meditating together, kind of engaging in that practice here. And I'm so happy that you all are here live or catching it on demand on the Meta YouTube page. And I'm always honored to be here with you. So I announced that our topic today is going to be this transition seasonally, where we're moving into summer. And there's something subtle but very real that happens when the seasons begin to change. Has anybody else felt that? Like I tend to feel it mostly me personally when we move from fall to winter, but definitely feel it as well in this transition from spring to summer. And we often notice it in nature first. So now in the Northern Hemisphere, which I think we all are, we have longer days, warmer air, brighter mornings. Our calendars tend to be fuller and a different kind of energy in the world around us. And those same shifts are happening within us too. There's a 1,000-year-old system of health and well-being from India called Ayurveda. And this is the lesser known sister science of yoga. Ayurveda is often translated as the science or the wisdom of life, and it offers us a very practical way to understand health, balance, and daily living. Now, I studied about and practiced Ayurveda loosely for many years. And then in 2023, I became a certified Ayurvedic health coach after my own personal bout with cancer. And I found that it greatly helped me to balance and heal, not only from that illness, but as well from other ailments and daily imbalance along the way. And so, as you know, it helped me move through life with greater ease and feel better. And the practices are simple and sensible, but I found personally that mustering up the self-devotion and the discipline was the harder part. But that's where mindfulness and meditation come in for us. And so there are some core Ayurvedic principles. One of Ayurveda's most interesting core ideas is that the human body reflects the natural world. So the same elements that are around us, space, air, water, fire, and earth, are also expressed within us. Like think of our tissue, our muscle, our bone, the breath that flows through us, our circulation, internal fluids, and digestive processes. Okay, so some gentle recalibrations to help us stay steady in the heat. So we can, this means making, some small intentional adjustments. It doesn't have to be a huge overhaul for us. Then these small adjustments can help the nervous system stay steady while the world around us becomes brighter, warmer, and more active. So we know that Pitta responds well to cooling, calming, and grounding practices that soften intensity without dulling our clarity. And helpful Pitta balancing habits include choosing cooling and hydrating foods, maintaining regular meal times. I mentioned cold therapy. I'm a big fan of it. So that means maybe a brief cold shower or a very cold face splash. We can take small pauses between meetings or responsibilities. We can walk or stretch instead of always pushing through an intense exercise. And we can soften our pace, not only to cool the body, but to cool the mind. We can practice calming breath work, and we can also do something as simple as cultivating playfulness and letting go of perfection competition. I mean, effectively, we want to create more fun, right? And so that's really what the summertime recalibration looks like. So as far as specific yoga, breath, and meditation techniques for Pitta, again, Pitta benefits from slow cooling and non-heating practices. So I recommend yoga postures that are not intense. So intense yoga postures and poses, think like flows that are really quick moving, or other intense yoga poses that are going to generate heat in your body. That's not what we're looking for here. What we want to do from a yogic perspective is do just a simple forward fold. So if you're standing up, we're just simply folding the body over, letting the head and the arms hang down for a minute or so. We can do gentle twists. And again, this is gently just twisting the body and maybe holding that for a minute or so while we're breathing. We can do seated pose with steady breathing. And so I invite you to check out YouTube and other free tools and resources for some of these kind of guided yogic practices. When we talk about breath work, there are two cooling breath work practices that are really good for helping reduce heat. So one of them is alternate nostril breathing. We've done this in a prior session, but what this involves is simply closing off using the fingers, any ones that feel comfortable, but usually it's your thumb and your ring finger that we alternate closing off the right and then left nostril as we're breathing in and out. And we'll do that here as we move into meditation. So I'll walk you through that. Another breathwork practice, which is really good for Pitta, is called the cooling breath. And this involves using your tongue to create almost like a straw. And as you do that, you're breathing in through that straw, so to speak. And then you're exhaling out. And so again, we'll practice alternate nostril breathing when we meditate, but I again invite you to look at some of these free resources that are out there to help you kind of guide through those practices on your own. So again, YouTube is a great resource for that. I use an app, it's a free app called Insight Timer, and they have a wealth of free guided practices out there, and you can find one that will guide you through either of these, the alternate nostril breathing or the cooling breath. Now, meditation practices are key, right? As they cultivate not only awareness, but compassion, surrender, and spacious awareness that help soften pitta's intensity, and they really balance all the doshas. Now, we meditate here in the next few minutes, but I invite you to explore again these other tools to find techniques that work and feel good for you because we're all different. What works for me may not work for you, but I promise you there is something for each of us out there. And so, a few closing thoughts before we move into our practice. So, understanding Pitta offers some very powerful insight into how transformation happens in our body and our mind, especially during the summertime. So, when heat and fire is tended wisely, it becomes a source of clarity and purpose rather than burnout. We don't, again, need to make dramatic changes. We just need gentle recalibrations for the summer season. Again, we need to bring awareness to our body and mind. Notice how it feels. Notice the signals it's giving, and then give it what it needs as much as possible. When we notice that that pitta is on fire, manifesting in ways that we talked about earlier, try a couple of these cooling practices and see how you feel. Again, this is what I've done for myself and what I teach others to do to make well-being a habit through these small practical moments of self-care woven into our life bit by bit. And that is the Meta way. So, if you're ready, let's go ahead and move into a little bit of breath work and meditation. So, again, if you want, you can turn your camera off or you can leave it on. Let's go ahead and mute ourselves to drown out some of that background noise, give us a nice space of some good silence here. And again, I invite you all to get comfortable and let your eyes close. You're settling into your meditation posture, finding a nice, relaxed yet alert position for your body. Now bring your attention to your breath. Just breathe naturally here. We're not trying to force or control the breath. We're just observing what it's doing. Just noticing the breath as it moves in and it moves out. Now be aware of your mind and your thoughts and any emotions that may be coming up for you, and set the intention to release anything that doesn't concern you for the next 10 minutes or so. Give yourself permission to let it all go. Now bringing your attention back to your breath. Now let's breathe slowly and deeply. So we're going to take a deep inhale in and really feel that belly rise up, filling into the lungs. And then slowly exhale out the mouth, fully releasing all that air. And then again, deep inhale in, the belly rises. And then a slow exhale out, full release. And let's do that one more time. Let your breathing return to normal. Now let's try a little alternate nostril breathing. So the goal here is not to breathe deeply or perfectly, but to keep the breath smooth and comfortable. Avoid forcing the breath or holding it if it feels uncomfortable. And go ahead and skip this if you're very congested, if you find yourself dizzy or feeling short of breath. So we're sitting comfortably with your spine upright and your shoulders relaxed. You can rest your left hand on your lap. Now bring your right hand up. And again, using your thumb and your ring finger, we're going to gently open and close each of the nostrils. So again, with your right hand and your right thumb, go ahead and close off your right nostril. And then inhale slowly through the left nostril. And then close off the left nostril with your ring finger and release the right nostril and exhale slowly through the right. And then inhale through the right nostril. Close off that right nostril and release the left and exhale through the left nostril. Inhale slowly through the left nostril. Close the left nostril with your ring finger and release the right and exhale slowly. And then inhale through the right. Close it off. Release the left. Exhale through the left. And then keep that pattern going at your own pace. On your last exhale through that left nostril, you can let your breathing return to normal. And now we'll move into our So Hum meditation. And this is our mantra meditation where we silently repeat a word or a set of words. The idea is that that mental vibration helps to settle the mind, helps us to move beyond the thoughts and the turbulence there. If So Hum doesn't resonate or doesn't feel good to you, you can use any other word or affirmation that does. You can simply follow your breath with a silent in and a silent out. You can repeat to yourself, peace, peace, peace. Use whatever is comfortable for you and insert it for So Hum. So now taking a slow, deep breath through your nose, think the word so. And then as you slowly exhale through your nose, silently repeat the word hum. So, hum. So, hum. Continue to allow your breath to flow easily with no effort on your part. We're simply watching it and silently repeating so, hum with each inflow and outflow of the breath. And whenever you notice that your attention has drifted, as it surely will, to other thoughts in your mind or sounds in your environment or sensations in your body, as soon as you notice you've drifted, just gently return to your breath, silently repeating so hum, and allow the gentle vibration to take you deeper into silence. I'll watch the time and let us know when to finish. You continue to sit with your eyes closed, and you can release that mental repetition, bringing your awareness back in to your body, back into the space around you. Maybe take a deep breath here, wiggling your fingers and your toes, preparing the body to re-engage. Before we do, let's plant some intentions for living a happy, harmonious life. Setting an intention in that silence we've just created helps to manifest those things. So here are 4 things that we can intend for in our days. And if you'd like, you can silently repeat them to yourselves. Joyful, energetic body. Loving, compassionate heart. Reflective, alert mind. And lightness of being and laughter. Let those intentions go work their magic, and when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Okay, my friends, hope that felt good. You felt a little bit of settling down. If you take that bit of that calm into the rest of your day and your week ahead, I encourage you to see how the summer transition may be affecting you. And if you want to learn more about some of these tips and techniques or this practice I call the Meta Way, you can check out themetaway.com, or you can check out the Meta YouTube channel for more tips and info. That these sessions are here as well. So I again invite you to give yourself some good care and some good self-love. So I thank you all for being here. Wish you all to be well.